Hello, my friend, and welcome to one of my transmissions. First, I want to thank you all for your lovely responses, for your kind messages after the live Q&A. It makes me so happy that the information that it's coming through me, it's serving you, and that you're not just listening to it for its conceptualization, but you are applying it so it becomes experiential and you can embody those codes so you can see those manifestations of bliss, pleasure, love, excitement, and God consciousness manifest in your hologram. Today I have something special for you. I'm going to go ahead and re-explain how the quantum structure works for crystallization of your manifestation, but in the context of healing trauma or healing some painful experience that you wish to let go of from your consciousness. So when you go back to that, it's no longer in your timeline of reality and you don't have to bring those frequencies into your present moment. So let's go ahead. So I want to make clear that this method works for anything you want to let go of that comes from your past. The first time I explained this, I used the context of manifesting financial abundance or purpose abundance, in the sense that you could manifest your calling, manifest the thing that you came here to do, manifest a business, manifest money. But in this case, is to manifest emotional well-being and fulfillment, and feel free to know that you don't need to carry any resentments or any memories from the past that may alter your vibration in the present, because you are not there anymore. That's not happening. So how can you come to this perspective? You can use my teachings from the quantum structure. Here you have the two timelines. Here is the timeline number 1, where you had here the painful experience. The painful experience, this can be your hurt inner child, is sad because went through something that didn't really serve him, that made him feel abandoned or made him feel that he was not worthy of love, or any other thing that may have had an impact in your childhood. So in this timeline of reality, you grew up and then you become a little bit more bitter. And I think you can't see properly. Yeah, that's better. You become a little bit more bitter, and then here you're not sad anymore. But from sadness, you stem from now I'm kind of like bleh. Like there's not much love to give, there's not much love I feel I receive, I don't like how my life looks anymore, I feel like I'm sad, like I feel like I cannot be my best self and do whatever it is that I want to accomplish, job sucks, relationship sucks, etc. It's not the life that you want, and all stem because this is a situation that you chose as part of your catalyst, as part of your agreements in your reincarnation, but you were not aware that you chose them. So you kept that resentment inside of you. And then in that same timeline, from being like bitter, then you end up being angry. And then you are 60 years old, of course this is hypothetically, and you're still angry, and everything in your hologram reflects back the energies and the frequencies from that traumatic or sad experience, or difficult childhood, or dysfunctional family, or divorce, or bullying, anything, whatever it is. This timeline, if it's not brought into awareness and changed into the positive, then it's going to end up having a life movie with not the best outcome. So how can you move from this timeline to this one? You can realize and remember that you chose those experiences first, and second, that you don't have to carry those energies. The first step is forgiveness, and I have a forgiveness video that you can watch. After you forgive the person that is in essence you, and you forgive yourself for not being aware that you needed to forgive for you to let go of that situation, you start pouring love into the situation. You start saying, this was a parallel past, I can recreate it. So I can jump into a timeline of 10 hertz. You can open up a portal, of course, a portal as a symbol. So you can go through here and end up here. You're gonna change that situation. So you're here as an adult or here in your teenage years, and you wanna switch into this more positive timeline that is in the 10 hertz. What you're gonna do is that you need to recreate that past as if it was this one here, this image. So while you're here, You're gonna think and go back into that memory and you're gonna change it. So let's use an example of somebody that was mean to you. Go back to that memory and think about that person being nice to you, being loving to you. That didn't happen. Go back and change the characters, change the scenarios, change the responses, change the situation completely. So you create a new memory, and every time you recreate something in your imagination, it actually is existing in consciousness. So that parallel past that you think you're recreating, actually you're remembering it. And it's a parallel past from this timeline in which there was no perpetrator, in which there was no situation that was upsetting. It was just chill. It was an amazing childhood with loving parents, functional family, everybody loved you. There was no bullying, there was no situation that caused you discomfort. So when you do this over and over again and you stop retelling the story and bringing forth those energies, because when you retell the story of something traumatic or painful that happened to you, you bring those energies into your body, into your current timeline and parallel reality, and you don't want that. Because remember, as I said in my forgiveness video, when you bring those memories, you block blessings. It's like you put black dots and black spots in your aura and in your field, and then all the good things that you deserve, that you came here to enjoy as your birthright, because you're the one particle, you're all that is, then you're blocking them. And you're so powerful and you're such a manifestation God and goddess that you are recreating that emotion of resentment, or that emotion of lack, or that emotion of I'm not worthy and why this happened to me, or I still resent that person, or I hate this person. So you are creating that emotion because you think that that's the only past, or you're only in the linear time. But remember, you're a multidimensional being. There are multiple parallel paths, multiple probable infinite futures and probabilities of existence, and you can switch and jump into any of those. Any of those, because the only thing that you really are is pure consciousness. And your consciousness, with those thoughts, manifests your vessel, manifests your body, manifests the surroundings. So you can do this, my friend. So you're here and you're going to recreate that past, and you're going to change everything that happened there by going within consciousness and changing the characters and changing the play and laughing about it. And that way the energy of that dense situation becomes lighter. And then you're going to be able to change the past. When you change this past here into this one, you are going to start fluctuating. Maybe it looks better with this color. You start fluctuating the realities here, and you start jumping. And you're gonna start seeing more blessings in your hologram. And then glitches in the matrix happen, and you attract new friendships, or you attract an amazing and better job, or you have a thought of your calling. And then because you let go of those dense energies, you remember what you actually came here to do. And you realize that then now you wanna be, I don't know, whatever it is you're calling, a soccer player, or you wanna open a YouTube channel, or you wanna start helping people somehow. But you're gonna discover and remember your calling and your purpose if you still carry dense energies from traumatic experience from your past. So that's why it needs to be let go of, for you to raise into the empowerment manifestation frequency of I can do anything I want because I am the creator. So you're gonna start fluctuating, and you're gonna keep using the TED, the example I gave you, of every time something triggers you or pops into your matrix that brings you out of alignment, you're gonna say thank you for showing me what I'm transcending, while you fluctuate your realities, and then you're gonna go up again. And then when you finally crystallize up, I mean you're gonna go to this parallel past, and when you crystallize that situation, you're gonna stop fluctuating, and you're gonna finally go through the black hole portal, and you're gonna end up here. And your whole hologram, instead of being meh, you're gonna be happier. You can see this little guy has the mouth like this. Because by changing your past, you jump into a timeline in which your present is different. And then what happens in the future? This is the future. Yes, we like the future. In the future, you're this amazing, loving being of love. And here you are following your calling, because you know that you're the creator of your reality, and you are all that is. You're God consciousness, so you can do and have anything you wish. You are with the love of your life, because you love yourself so much and you clear those dense energies from that situation that you can actually manifest and attract a loving partner, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a wife, a husband, because you're gonna love yourself so much and your hologram structure has no other option that mirroring back to you that same love. So actually you are projecting that person into your life. But if you don't switch the timeline, if you don't switch the parallel paths, then the only dates are people or whatever you're going to project as a loving partner are going to be based on that trauma. So it's going to be a traumatic relationship, a karmic relationship, a relationship that is a catalyst that your higher self is putting there to wake you up. And I went through all of that in a parallel timeline to wake you up to remember, hey, look at this. This is a reflection of you still holding into that situation that happened to you. Situation reflecting unworthiness or not worthy of love, or I don't deserve this, or I deserve to be treated like that, or the person is being cold, or I attract emotionally unavailable people. And this, it's a catalyst. Because that's the way for you to wake up with the mirror. Remember, everybody in your hologram is a mirror for you to remember a situation and bring it into awareness. So when you finally change your past using this and using the forgiveness methods, you can manifest your calling. You can manifest the love of your life, and you can start being in the frequency of empowerment. By empowerment, I mean that from this point, when you're here in this timeline, you cannot see ahead. Like, you cannot see the infinite possibilities of the universe. When you're here and you have self-love, you have forgiveness, you have, wow, I can do anything I wish. Wow, I manifested a partner. Wow, I have an amazing friends. And you feel happier, more fulfilled, more abundant, then you're in the empowerment phase. And from the empowerment phase, everything is an upward spiral. And those are my favorite teachings right now. It's more about self-realization, realizing that you can step back from the I am creator and become nothingness, become the I, become the observer, and then even transcend the I am, transcend the beingness of complete abundance, complete happiness, everything that you thought you wish, and become the awareness beyond the I. And that's my true passion, and that's what I really want to teach. But it's important for anybody that's listening to this that wants to go to that level of God consciousness and awareness, but still has a situation that is dragging that frequency into the present, to use the quantum structure to change your life theme, to change your life hologram, to remember that you chose those contracts because you needed to remember this information that you have known for many, 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 many lifetimes, for you to crystallize your new timeline. And in this timeline, let's see, in timeline number 2, the timeline of 10 hertz of positivity, manifestation, empowerment, love, calling, purpose, abundance, you can go on with my next teachings and transcend all that beingness. But you need to remember. So here you have it. This is a 15-minute explanation of the quantum structure in the context of healing trauma. If you have any questions, I'm going to be having lives every Monday at 555 GMT-5 in my YouTube, and I'm going to be opening a question portal on Saturdays on my stories here and in my Facebook group, so you can ask me any questions in regard healing the past, self-love, forgiveness, so I can bring you up with me in the consciousness and awareness of pleasure, bliss, of being. And when you're there, my friend, you're gonna see, why didn't I did this before? You deserve it. So you're infinitely loved by myself, by your higher self, and I know you already did this. Remember,